Thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Northeast. Thank you for watching this Northeast regional forecast for Friday, February 14th. I'm Andrew Pritchard, meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, Mother Nature with the cold heart on this Valentine's Day. Temperatures below zero north of a front that's making its way through the region right now, an expansive area of sub-zero temperatures all the way from the upper to mid-Mississippi Valley across the Great Lakes into the Northeast region. Wind chill advisories across the upper Midwest and across northern portions of the Northeast region as well, with those wind chills 10 to 20 degrees below zero. So we look at the satellite picture, we see our departing storm system. We're looking at the cloud tops here. Now the sun hasn't risen yet on this Friday morning, so we're looking at infrared satellite imagery. That means we're looking at the cold cloud top temperatures. That's how we're able to pick up the cloud cover at night. What we're also picking up here, with the absence of cloud cover across the Northeast back into the Midwest, you see this outlined area here of the cold shaded colors there, the purple, the greens, and the blues. That's our very cold air mass and very cold snowpack across the region. The new snowpack that just fell over the last few days, a substantial snowpack across the Great Lakes, but we're seeing these bitterly cold temperatures locked in across the area. As we look at the radar picture, quiet with high pressure moving in on the backside of our most recent storm system. And again, this mirrors that image that I drew on the satellite picture where those very cold temperatures below zero standing out very plainly. As we go ahead and look at the wind chill temperatures, again 10 to 20 degrees below zero across a big chunk of the upper Midwest into the Northeast. And here we are looking at the 24-hour temperature change. So how much colder is it than it was 24 hours ago at this time? Well, the winners here, Illinois and Indiana into the Northeast region, northern portions of the Northeast region here is where we are 20 to 40 degrees colder than we were at this time yesterday morning. The good news, if we look where this air mass originated from, out of the Canadian Prairie and then through the northern plains, this region is already 20 to 30 degrees warmer than it was at this time yesterday. So it's an intense chill, but it's a brief chill for many of us here across the central and eastern U.S. Now we are going to warm up quickly as we head into the weekend. That means this fresh snowpack from parts of Kansas across the eastern Corn Belt into parts of Pennsylvania and southern New York probably going to be made a quick work of as we warm up into the weekend. Off to the north, more substantial snowpack going to be a little bit harder to get rid of here. Not talking about melting that anytime soon. Now, as we just take a quick look at the high-resolution NAM model taking us through the weekend, we see quiet conditions. A front does make its way through, attached to a storm system making its way across the Canadian Prairie. And that is going to bring a chance for snow flurries across the northern plains into parts of the Northeast region as we head through the weekend. As we look at the Northeast region, the timing on those very light snow flurries would be as we get into Saturday evening, getting into Saturday night. Otherwise, dry and quiet Friday and much of the day on Saturday. Now, as we look at the jet stream, here's the very strong jet stream winds blasting from the southern U.S. into the eastern U.S. and then off across the Atlantic Ocean, associated with the trough that is bringing in the cooler temperatures to the region right now. As we just play this over the next few days, we just watch that ridge move in. Here it is, this little ridge in the jet stream. This brings us the warmer temperatures as we head into the weekend. Take it a little bit further, we'll watch a trough begin to develop in the central U.S. here in Monday and Tuesday. We see that right here. That brings us our chance for early week precipitation. As we head, though, into the mid and late part of the week, we see another change here. Now we've got upper level convergence. We've got the jet stream winds colliding here. When we see our jet stream winds coming together, that forces air downward through the column of the atmosphere. Sinking motion leads to quiet weather. So again, a quiet pattern with the exception of this early weak storm system across the region. Makes sense then when we look at the 10-day precipitation anomaly forecast. We see the northern branch here and then the southern branch of the jet streams here with a quiet 10 days, with the exception of that Monday storm system, but below average precipitation over the next 10 days as a whole from the central U.S. into the Northeast. So now we can kind of time this out. We'll look at those flurries first making their way across the region from our Canadian low pressure. We see that right here, this area of low pressure well up here across the across the Hudson Bay. That front extending off to the south, though, bringing that chance for some flurries here as we head into late Saturday, into Saturday night, perhaps lingering into Sunday morning across the region. But the next round of substantial precipitation makes its way in on Tuesday, perhaps lingering into to the day on Wednesday, bringing a shot of rain to southern regions, another shot of accumulating snow across northern corridors here, very similar to the storm track that we've seen here over the last several weeks. As we look at the European ensemble forecast, the next week of precipitation smoothed out here, looking at the ensemble, but again, the idea is clear. The heaviest precipitation well off to the south. We will see the chance for another half inch or so from this storm system across the region on Monday, and then the chance for some snow off to the north. We're looking at the probability of 3 inches of snow or more accumulating over the next week, and again, that probability going to be highest across northern regions here, central and northern New York, parts of New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. South of that, looking at maybe a wintry mix or rain as this storm system makes its way through. Looking at the temperature anomaly situation again, how much warmer or colder are we than average this time of year? Watching that cold air mass sink into the region here today and into the day tomorrow, but we quickly warm back up, warmer than average as we head into Monday. We do see a cooler shot of air come in on the backside of our storm system here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week, but it does look like we warm back up into next weekend. So again, couple shots of cooler air here. Short-lived though, with warmer temperatures prevailing overall. Let's look at the temperature forecast here for the next few days. Our high temperatures in the teens today. 20s tomorrow, warming up into the 30s and 40s on Sunday. And then as that next storm system makes its way in Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll see warm temperatures on Tuesday, cooling off on the backside Wednesday into Thursday. Let's look at those overnight lows. Waking up tomorrow to temperatures near freezing or below zero off to the north, teens in the south, mid-20s to the lower 30s on Sunday morning, mid-20s on Monday morning, warming up across the south here on Tuesday as this next storm system makes its way in, but overall looking at lows in the mid-20s to the lower 30s as you head south to north across the region, with cooler temperatures, colder I should say, as you head off to the far northern regions here near the Canadian border. That's where we're talking about overnight lows probably in the single digits. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend.